All right, guys, back to the Paradise Skate Mag podcast here with Douwe Macaré.
Yeah, Macaré. Yeah.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. Good.
Thank you for having me.
So Douwe's from Holland, yeah?
Yeah, in Netherlands.
Yeah, Netherlands.
That's true. Yeah,
pretty cool. Pretty cool. Amazing. Lots of rich history there. But now today we are in Bali, Indonesia. And you were just saying your dad is Indonesian.
Yeah. Well, so I'm a quarter Indonesian. My dad is born in Indonesia, but my grandfather was Dutch, but he met an Indonesian wife while he was here for the war.
Nice.
And that's how it happened. Yeah. But he went to the Netherlands when he was 4, so there's some history there. But I'm the first of the I'm the first of the 6 children he has.
Oh wow.
That traveled to Indonesia.
Sick.
So he's really proud.
Yeah, I bet.
And it still took 32 years to do that. So
Amazing.
that's kind of that's the whole thing. Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in the Netherlands and Holland?
Very nice, very safe. Nothing like growing up here. I feel like it's very, how do you say, like a lot of controlled environments. I think you can see a little bit how it is.
Yeah.
It's just really, everything is very stricted and very safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really nice to get around out there. I remember I was out in Amsterdam one time and just riding bicycles around. Like
that's cool. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's easy.
Yeah. And that makes you. For me, it's like the norm. Everybody has a bicycle there. I think there are even more bicycles than people there.
Right.
But
sure.
but here there are none. Well, I was in Jogja. Maybe 2 weeks ago, and we rented bicycles from the hotel we were staying.
Nice.
So but it felt like such a kamikaze to go bike riding there.
There's motorbikes everywhere, kind of cutting you off.
And random holes in the ground where you're like, nothing like that in the Netherlands. Every road, if there's like a little piece of leaf on the road, people would already like make
what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This isn't
crazy.
proper.
Yeah. It's that's the unfortunate privileged way it is in the Netherlands, but that's
nice though, it's really nice. I mean, you kind of take it for granted, I think, probably growing up in like a nice place, and then you come out to a place like this and you kind of realize like, wow,
This is true, but it also gives you a perspective of how your actual problems are not really problems. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like how privileged you sometimes, or like how privileged you are and what problems come along with that as well. It's like, my drink is not cold enough, or like, my skateboard isn't working today, or like, the hotel we're staying only has a bed this size. Like all that stupid problems, like they all kind of disappear when you in a country where that's
getting air conditioning is like
exactly that fucking stupid shit. Yeah.
Not having like spiders and cockroaches going around,
Oh
like,
my god, yeah.
You can get anything out here. If anything from a like luxury 5-star resort to like this absolutely tiny little guest room at like someone's guest house,
And that's very how do you say, like very I would say conflicting to see that whenever we go to like I'm here with my girlfriend, but whenever we go to some recommended restaurants, we are there only tourists. I'm like fuck, it's really nice, but at the same time we're like, well, yeah,
it's not like an authentic experience.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah. Especially when we went to Uluwatu, where we're staying right now for maybe a week or so. It's so touristic, and I mean it's nice for surfing and a little bit ball skating too, which I don't really do, but that's nice. But then all the places are so touristic minded, and I guess I'm 100% part of the problem.
It is what it is, man. Comfort, comes with consequences.
Yeah, and how does that feel for you? Because you actually live here.
Yeah.
I'm just visiting for a month, but you live here. How does that feel? Are you trying to stay away from all the touristic attractions, or?
It's like you can't get away from it almost now. It's crazy how Bali's grown over the years. Like the first time I came out here was 2017, and even back then it was starting to get crazy. But since the pandemic ended, it got so much crazier. Yeah.
How does that? Why is that?
It's cool going to the local areas because you have the local experience, but then you lose a lot of the kind of comforts of touristy stuff, which is like air conditioning, like we're talking about, clean food. Like you'd be surprised, man.
Clean food, Bali belly.
Oh man, not only that, but You know, it's funny when like I learned one little thing the hard way out here, which is that if you eat beans that are beans, like
Okay,
black beans, brown beans that are actually farmed from Bali, right? And they're just like straight from Bali to your plate. They have little rocks in them. They don't clean them properly. I've bitten into food before out here, like bakso meatballs and burritos and things like that, and
but
there's a fucking rock in my food.
So imagine like in general, people's liver must be so strong, and like people, their belly must be like
they're just used to it.
Yeah,
it's weird like
they're
that,
used
you
to
know.
it,
They're
yeah.
like, all right, don't bite the food too hard. Like in the Western world, we're like, we can eat anything we want, just mac hard on it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But like here, you gotta be kind of careful when
we
you
eat
eat
one
food.
zucchini that's not baked or cooked, and we're immediately done.
It's like, I'm like that. If I eat food and it's like got a rock in it, I won't even eat the rest of it.
No.
Like I'm completely like my appetite's gone. It's weird like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird out here, man. But like if you like the authentic experience, you can still go further out. You know, like different parts of Bali are very
we're
like
going
still.
to Lombok tomorrow, so I think that's it's a little bit different than it is here.
Yeah.
But trying to see as much as we can in a month without stressing too much of like leaving one hotel, going to the other, because it's sometimes a little bit stressful if you're packing up for a month and you're trying to move all the time. It's especially with multiple skateboards, all that shit. It's just
you can't hop around too much. But there's so many different areas to see. It's like you want to go see a little bit of everything. It's like
and also like renting a scooter here, it's insane because I'm used to driving on the right side of the streets with a lot of rules, you know, and all the roads are very structured, and there are lines for everything, and there are signs for literally everything. Yeah. But here, there's none of that, and also everything is on the left side of the, or like everything is vice versa, and that makes it so. It's like
it's very disorienting for sure.
Yeah, it's like you have to be. Like on the road, I'm even more focused than during a skate session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can't make mistakes. If I make a mistake, it could fucking die. You know.
Your experience with skateboarding helps you with the roads out here for sure.
Yeah,
the peripherals, like
bit,
just kind of like you can't really ever go too fast because you know there's always going to be someone cutting you off or like pulling out. Some crazy truck just doesn't care and goes right in front of you.
Yeah. Mirrors are useless. Just look over your shoulder.
You don't really exactly. You just like I use my peripherals now. If somebody's not directly to the side of me, I can move over, but you don't move over too fast. You go slow because sometimes people are just bombing and they don't care, and you don't want to clip them, you know.
But to come back to like going to Indonesia, the one thing that I really enjoyed and I really felt welcoming by actually all the skaters in all the places that we've traveled to so far. To Jakarta, Yogyakarta, Malang, and then we went to Bali and a few other places. And it's insane. As soon as I post, like, hey, I'm up here, I get immediate reactions of people, oh, come to the skate park, you could stay here for free, or like, I will hit you up, or let's film something. It's insane how skateboarding is just this one thing that doesn't matter where you are in the world, it just will connect you. Even you. Exactly. I met you maybe for 2 or 3 days. Oh, we actually have a guest room. You can stay in our house. We didn't do it for multiple reasons, but like, it's that the offer was there was already amazing. Yeah.
There's a very welcoming vibe out here. You know,
but not only out here. I feel like if you go to the States or to the Netherlands or to anywhere, kind of, it's just. Even my girlfriend, because she's not a skater, she tries to skate and she really loves it. But she's like, oh, it's so cool to actually hang out with people that live here and make you feel welcoming just because of that piece of wood. That's amazing.
Exactly, it's true. It is like a language. It's something we all understand, the thrill of it, the love of it.
Yeah. But it just if you are home too long, or like if you're not traveling for like a couple of months or years, you might forget that exists.
It's true though.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. You kind of settle back into the like cliquey kind of vibes of hometown stuff going on where you know your group of friends, you're always hanging out with them, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So that feels like the norm, and then you come out somewhere else and everybody is so welcome.
Whole new cast of characters.
Yeah.
Right?
And it goes even from, oh, I saw you ollieing that bump to bump. That looked really well. Or that looked really good. Where are you from? Oh, what are you doing tonight? I have this nice bar. You should come over. And like it just Yeah, it just goes like that.
Yeah,
so.
Bali is a cool place because of that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
there's only a few places that I've experienced like that. Like, Vegas is kind of one of them where, like, it's just a touristic vibe. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's friendly to each other.
Everybody's losing money in the casino.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of on the same vibes. The same, like, stress level. Yeah, we're all sharing that. Like, yeah,
You're
man,
stressed
I
out
lost
too.
this. Yeah.
Let's go to the strip club.
I mean, that's what skating is too, though. It's like we're all kind of like stressing low key because we want to get a trick, or like maybe you got hurt, or like, you know what I mean? Like trying to get a line. There's a bunch of people, kids in the way. Who knows?
Yeah.
Same vibes. Same vibes.
That's very true. And how is that for you though? Because I feel like that you're really trying to hold this scene together. Not that it needs a lot of how do you say, like a lot of effort to hold it together, but like you are kind of the
leader.
Leader
Sort of,
in a sense, with the magazine and
Yeah.
with the Instagram and being really productive and filming everybody the whole time.
Yeah.
When you're not skating, you're filming constantly, and it's so cool to see. But does that come naturally, or is it?
I know it always weirds people out. It's like, why are you so excited about this? But like, to be honest, it's not because I'm looking to make money out of it. So a lot of people approach something that they want to make money with it, you know? So that's like the full thing. So they're like, all right, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to like set up a website and start selling this and selling that. Like,
Have you ever made any money with what you're doing?
No, not really with skateboarding. Yeah, skateboarding is a love, you know, it's like a passion. It's I'm not really trying to make money from this. I'm just doing it because I want to connect with more people. I want to go have fun sessions in different places. Like, I have businesses on the side that make money for me that I don't really care that much about. You know, they're not my passions, but like they make money.
Such a nice privileged place to be in.
It feels like a lot of people have that though, like with a job, but you just have to work 8 hours a day in order to attain that. I've outsourced my work so I can work maybe 2-3 hours a day.
The Bali type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
The Bali lifestyle.
It took me 15 years or so to get to this level. So it's not like it happened overnight.
No,
you know, I sacrificed. Like, I disappeared. Like, I lived in LA for like 10 years and then I disappeared.
10 years?
Yeah, from like 2005-6 to like 2015-16.
Oh, wow.
And then I disappeared and I went to Southeast Asia. And when I was in Southeast Asia, I didn't skate as much and I just worked on my business and constant. Probably for like 5-6 years, nobody really saw me that much. And I got it to a level where, you know, I can outsource it and it can produce an income for me and I don't have to work as much on it on a daily basis. And then now I can do what I love to do and have that producing money on the side. You know what I mean? So,
so what did you really move to LA to make that whole business grow?
No. I moved to LA after high school because I wanted to pursue a career in skateboarding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was just talking to my wife this morning. I was like, you know, like it's like a couple years after I moved out there and I met all these people, I realized there's no fucking way I'm becoming a professional skateboarder. The level is way too high for me, anyways. Like, I'm good, but I'm not that good. So, you know, I started messing around with photography, filming all that stuff, and I have some friends that were doing it too. But I had some really messed up situations, and when I was younger, I was like very sensitive, very kind of a shy, nervous type. More than I am now. And so what happened is I was going to college and I took a photography class, and the first assignment was to go do some portrait photography.
Okay.
And they assigned me to go do it with a teacher indoors where the lighting is very difficult to work with, whatever. So I went and did my best, and we were using film cameras. We weren't using digital photography, and I had to like develop it and all this stuff, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So I just did my best and I took it to the class, and I was the first person, she was presenting all the projects. I was the first project getting presented that day. And she looked at the first like few photos, didn't even say a word. And then she turned it off. She said, well, that's a great example of what not to do. And I didn't know anybody in the class. It was a classroom of like 30 people, and everybody started chuckling and laughing. And I'm sitting there wondering, what the hell just happened? Like, you know, what kind of a teacher is this? And it was so traumatizing to me.
Yeah, of course.
I just left. I dropped out of that class. I didn't even come back.
Textbook of not to do to a kid of that age or anything. Yeah,
it was the worst. And I was trying more to get into photography and filmmaking at the time, but then that totally burned me out. And so like after that,
one experience is so life-changing.
It's so sad when that kind of thing happens, you know, because you're just ruining somebody's like potential. Like, yeah, I love it, and you know, maybe I'm not perfect.
With one comment, that makes no sense actually.
Bro, it makes no
sense.
sense.
But if you look at it, now, can you like reflect?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, okay, first of all, I was being way too sensitive. I could have stood up and been like, yo, can you give me some feedback? I would love to learn.
But how old were you?
Yeah, I was like maybe 19, not 20. I was super young. So like sometimes, you know.
But any 19-year-old is super sensitive and insecure, and
especially me.
Whenever black shirts are the trend, you will wear a black shirt. Whenever that's a white shirt, you wear. You know?
I had like big bright red hair back then. Like, you know, I stuck out like a sore thumb, you know, everybody,
yeah.
and like I was just, because of that, I got made fun of a lot, and so I was very sensitive growing up, you know, and it took me a long time to get over it, but
easy
now,
target.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But nowadays I'm not, you know, and I'm like, I get feedback all the time that's like, oh, it wasn't that good, or you could have done this better. It's like, you know what? I love it. Thank you for the feedback. I want to improve, but I'm not going to take that and like,
Do you remember this night we were filming at Kuta? You remember?
Yeah, Jason did. Yeah. I already know.
That's so funny.
He comes up to me and he's like, what are you doing? You got to do this. You got to do that. I was like, Jason.
But like he comes out to you after he arrived at the skate park, and 1 minute after he comes up to you.
Yeah.
It's not like he's settling in, talking to everybody. He's like, I see somebody filming a line, because we were filming a line, and apparently you were filming it wrong, which didn't make any sense, because you were doing it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But he came up to you like, okay, wait, you have to do this, and you have to do this. I'm like, fuck, Jason.
Bro.
What tricks do you want me to do? Tell me.
Like,
what line do you want me to do?
Yeah. You go film it, man. Like,
but I think like when stuff like that happens now, you can reflect and like zoom out. You're like, okay,
totally, man.
This is funny.
I try to see it from their perspective now.
Yeah,
it's like, I get it. Okay, like maybe the way you see things is from 10, 20, 30 years of experience that you have, you know what I mean? Which is great. Like I want to learn from that experience, but like at the same time, I'm not going to take it and say, okay, I need to do things exactly how you're saying it.
No, of course not.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Like blend it yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
Blend it
Take
yourself.
the good, leave the bad, that kind of thing. Make something new, make something unique.
Yeah, don't copy. Yeah,
and doing this, it's skateboarding. Nobody really cares, man. Everybody's just thinking about themselves. And you make great footage. People are going to love it. And
do you think skateboarding is an individual sport or is it a team sport?
Nah, it's very individual. But when you do it like a team, when you pair up and do filming, or like you're with a group of people, it's so much more fun and engaging and exciting. I can't skate by myself, man. I get so bored and lazy. I don't even want to skate. I used to do that. Go to the spot, set up the camera, and just do a trick. But it's like, you know what? After a while, you're just like totally over it. Like,
when was the last time you've done that?
I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, ever since I started the Paradise thing in like January-ish, like I haven't done that a single time. But before that, that's what most of the content was just set up the camera, try a trick, maybe even a new trick, just try it and see what happens. Like a lot of YouTubers, you see them doing that. Yeah. You know, like John Hill, for instance, he'll just go out, set up the camera and skate.
I remember when I started doing that, and I didn't do it for content. I just did it because I wanted to know my mistakes that I made while skating. And then people were looking at you weird, and now when you arrive in skate park, at least one person is doing that, you know? Yeah. And it doesn't look weird anymore. It's just skaters, I feel like, have a lot of time to transit.
I think with
they need a lot. Yeah, with iPhones it's really
so much easier.
But they just need a lot of time, because I feel like a lot of skateboarders, not all of them, but most skateboarders are super conservative. They're like, no, it should be this. Remember when magazines were still a thing? Like, no, I'm gonna leave that to the magazine. I'm gonna not put that on Instagram. I'm gonna save that for a magazine. Like, okay, it's very
totally
controversial.
I mean, there's a little bit of that left, but it's very different now, because you can so easily put out videos and photos whenever you want. It's almost like, what is it? What are you waiting for? Why are you saving it? And usually it has something to do with corporate sponsorship, right?
But that even changed now, because now they want you to just be really productive.
Now they just want you to keep putting stuff out.
Exactly.
Right? It's even like that still.
So you
it's almost
grow
like,
your market worth.
You know, like GX1000, these guys that still film with the VX and all that. Like that's kind of what they're still doing, right? It's like they film shit, they wait months, they put it all together, and it's a project. It's a 30-minute full-length video on YouTube, you know, and then like tons of views, and that's still what they're doing.
Yeah, but I think it can live in the same world together.
Totally. Yeah. Well, the cool thing about social media is you can repurpose everything. Make little shorts out of this, or like turn, like you were showing me with the Daily Push, he's taking like parts of your podcast, putting it with like actual skating clips, and like making a point out of it, you know? Yeah. So you just get creative as you want nowadays. It's pretty cool.
That's something you could do too with this.
Totally, yeah, exactly. And like, like the only thing's holding me back from doing more shit is just learning how to do more professional video editing, photo editing, stuff like that. Maybe better photography. You know, I don't know. Like, there's tons of skills you can progress and learn and stuff. You know,
100%.
But how did you get so damn good at skateboarding, Douwe? Let's talk about that, bro. Because every single time I see you go out skate, it's like trick. It's like consistent, you know? Like, you train like an athlete?
Yeah, I do. I do have a coach that I work with for like training outside of skateboarding.
They all do, bro. Every professional does.
But this is true. And I remember when I started working out, maybe it wasn't too. Well, it's kind of it is a story, but in a nutshell, I got hurt because of drinking alcohol.
Really?
And in the hotel room at night, I got hurt because I dropped a glass bottle of water and I stepped into the glass with my fucking drunk head, and then I had this big cut in my foot. And the next day, I arrived at the course of the competition on crutches, looking at the final, and I was like, fuck, I did all these tricks in the practice. I could have actually done really good in this comp. What am I doing? I was 24 at the time, so 8 years ago. And then I hired a personal trainer, or I started working with a personal trainer, and I couldn't skate properly for 3 months, but then I got into the gym and I started to lose some weight. And then now I changed 3 trainers already. So I'm with my 3rd trainer now, Swenergy. We actually made an ebook. So it's an ebook with exercise that can help for skateboarding, and it's all backed up with tons of info, written by him. And he uses me as like his, how do you say, tryout person.
Guinea pig.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. So that's really cool. So if you're interested in this ebook, just drop your email somewhere or drop it in my DM, and I will make sure you get it. It's for free, no strings attached, nothing. Actually, a lot of people already have it from all over the world. I get requests from.
I need to get it.
Yeah. Even people from here already have it, so that's really cool. And so that all got a little bit out of hand and very professional, I would say.
It's cool.
And I feel like I feel better now than I felt back then with the right amount of training.
Yep.
So I do train as like athletes should train. But coming back to 2017, at that time when I started training, everybody was like, why would you spend time in the gym? Just go skate. What are you doing? And then fast forward maybe 3-4 years forward, when we did the same skate session and I wasn't really that sore the next day and they were sore, so we couldn't skate 2 days in a row. I talked about my friends at the time, and they were like, so it looks like it kind of works. Can you give me some tips, or can you give me some advice? And to this day, they ask me, hey, what do you think is a good warm-up? Or what should I do after my session? Or my hip really hurts, what should I do? Or like all, and now I kind of have an answer to most of their questions. But so that's not, like, it's not really the reason why I skate as I skate, but but it is the reason why I think I can still skate.
And very consistently, right?
Yeah. I mean, consistency has always been a thing that I'm interested in, because when I started skating with one of my friends who doesn't skate anymore because he had this complete focus on his study, and he's how do you call it? Clinical psychologist, or how do you call it?
Psychiatrist?
Yeah. So fucking crazy study.
Yeah, for sure.
8 or 12 years or something.
Yeah.
8 years deep. But then we would always, before learning a new trick or before trying a new trick, we would set it up with tricks that we already could do. Yeah. So we would figure out in our hometown skate park a line of tricks, and then as like trick number 6 or 7, we would try the new trick. And we would do this the whole time.
Right.
It's
building up.
Building up, exactly, like the special meter of Tony Hawk.
Yeah, special meter. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you have all these tricks in your bag, or all these tricks on as a weight of your shoulder, and it really makes you to push yourself.
Relax.
It really makes you to push yourself for that whole.
I saw that when we were filming the line at Kuta. Every trick goes, like when I saw you do the fakie all in the quarter pipe, a big old smile on your face.
Oh yeah,
like you were so relaxed, and like you did the kick flip up and the switch flip down. And it was just like you already knew it was gonna happen, just because. You could see it. It was crazy like that. It was cool. I was like, wow.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Also, I really liked the reaction of the skaters there. They were so hyped.
The crew there is so cool.
What's that?
The crew there is very, very cool.
It seems like it. I talked to them for a little bit, but it seems like they're really, I don't know, really welcoming for sure, but also really genuinely happy.
I mean, a lot of skaters aren't that good, but like we still push each other and like hype each other up. Like
so it doesn't matter if you can kickflip or not.
Exactly. You're just doing a little ollie. Hell yeah. You know, that's what skateboarding is all about, right? But when somebody comes and they just like do trick, you know what I mean? And someone's filming, like that is just mind blowing because like that is so difficult, bro.
Yeah, I guess if you're not
For
used,
most people.
well, I was maybe a couple of years. I started to put out all of my footage on Instagram because there was no other use for it, and just finished up a video part at that time. I think it was 2018 or 19. Finished up my video part. I was like, I'm still making footage, not on real camera but on my iPhone. Don't know what to do with it. I don't want to stack it up, so I just put it out every day on Instagram. And then suddenly a lot of people told me, hey, you're really doing good for yourself lately. Yeah? Like I see all these new tricks. I'm like, I'm just doing the same stuff that I've done already years.
Right.
But now
they're seeing it.
Now they're seeing it instead of putting a video part out every, half a year or a year.
Right.
So then I just continually doing that. And and then I started to do like kind of the way I like to skate, long lines.
Yeah.
And then people were like, oh, you're that line guy. I'm like, whatever, you want to put me in that box, I'm fine with it. And then
that's a sick box to be in, bro.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's nothing wrong with that box.
I guess so.
Very few people in that box.
And that's, I guess, but that's just really the way I like to skate. So now that's kind of like where people seem to mention.
Because like I filmed a lot of people, right? And like a lot of people, it's like single tricks. When you start filming people doing lines, it takes so much more time and work because you can miss any one of those tricks along the way, and then you got to start all over again.
Yeah.
But bro, maybe it took you like 6 or 8 tries just to get that. Like maybe it was 5, 6, maybe 7 tricks throughout the park, and there was 2 different lines too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it's like one of those things where you're just like very mentally prepared.
Yeah.
You don't have like hangups like I have hangups when I'm going to. I'm like.
This is true, but I think it fucks you up when you're mentally already in the next trick.
Right.
It should be trick. Okay, now
you're very focused on what you're doing.
Trick by trick by trick.
Sure.
And it's try to peel them off. Okay, do I have the right run up for this trick now? Okay, yeah, it seems like it. Okay, do I pop on the right moment? Yeah, it seems like it. Okay, do I ride away the way I want it? Yeah, okay.
And when you miss a trick, you're always like breaking it down. Like, why exactly am I missing this trick?
Yeah, 100%.
Can I figure out how to adapt or adjust to make it?
Yeah.
Like you're talking to the nollie back heel over the little touch. There was a little bit of a drop before, right? And it was messing you up. And then you finally you're like, okay, I'm going to adjust.
So you had the bank, and there was like this little drop right before the bank started. So whenever I was setting in nollie, it would like...
The pressure would lose, right?
Yeah. Pressure would lose a little bit. And also it would, the board would like, or the little thing would fall me forward. So it was a little bit odd.
So you had to adjust and then get ready for that.
And also the bank wasn't that steep, so it was hard to do some nollie shit over that too.
Right.
But the worst thing is when you make the same mistake over and over and over. Right. And that's where I think that's the only time where skateboarding gets frustrated to me. It's like, fuck, I just can't seem to adjust. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
And that's the point where I start to film even myself with just put my iPhone somewhere and I try to film myself, and then I
try to figure it out.
Yeah, I try to figure it out. That usually helps.
I was doing that recently with I want to learn blunt kickflip fakie on the quarter.
Oh, I saw you trying to.
I've done it with what do you call it, gym rings, but I, you know what I mean. I can't seem to get my like body to like jump out far enough. And so many people can do it so easily. You know, I've watched YouTube tutorials, and I'm just like, oh wow. I think what I'm doing wrong is just not popping out far enough, like and getting my back foot to like accept the board back and bring it down.
Because blunt to fakies are just a go-to, right?
Exactly. So it's like. You know,
but it's a completely different trick though,
right?
Because blunt to fakie, you can kind of hop in many.
You can exactly, but you can't really do that with a kickflip. Like you really got to bring it in all the way.
But you can, how do you say, like you can try to recreate or like recreate your blunt to fakies as you're doing a kickflip.
Yeah.
So like ollie really high and like make sure your full wheels land at the same time.
Right.
And then do exactly the same with a kickflip.
Exactly.
But it's super hard mentally too, because if something goes wrong, you fall down that quarter pipe.
Exactly.
So that's,
I've landed a few and slipped out. And it always happens. It's like if I could just land it and lean back or whatever, you know, like I would get it. But it's like
just shoot the Damon song on DM. Ask him like, hey, do you have the key? I'm sure he answers. I think he will appreciate you asking.
I'm sure he'll get it. You know, for everybody, it's like a personal journey. You know, like you've got to figure out how to make it for you. Because skateboarding 100%. Is great, but like, and anybody can do it. But like, you got to figure out to do it with your body and like your mind and your skill set and all that stuff. You know?
And this definitely changes over the years.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like skateboarding is boring to you, or do you ever have?
It was getting boring.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I wanted to start this project, because I'm so tired of focusing on myself.
Yeah.
Because you know, I get bored of myself. I can't do the stuff I want to do. I want to do all these other tricks, front tail, heel flip 270 out. You know what I mean? Kick flip crooks, like all this stuff. I want to be able to do that stuff, but like I just for whatever reason, like I go out and do session after session and just can't do it. I'm over it, man. I would rather hang out with people who can and film them. It's so I have the same sense of excitement and enjoyment out of it by filming somebody who can do a trick that I want to do as if I was doing it myself.
That's really cool.
And the same goes for photography. Like when you, with photography, it's so different because like you have to get just the right timing, especially using a flash. You have the flash in the right place, skater, timing, everything. When you get a good photo, it's like landing a trick. Like it has the same feeling.
This is true, but I feel so bad for the photographer if he asks him to do it one more time.
No.
When it's like a hammer.
Most of the time for me, it's the other way around. I have to ask the skater to do it one more time.
No, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm feeling, like trying to empathize with the photographer, asking the skater to do it one more time.
Yeah.
Because my friend, he's a really good photographer.
Like,
he has,
sorry, dude. Like,
he has,
can you do one more?
He has a European skateboard magazine. It's called Flat Spot magazine.
Yeah, I've seen that on YouTube. Yeah, you have a bunch of videos of them, right?
Yeah. So they're based in the Netherlands, but I think they're covering multiple European events. Yep. And he's my good friend, and I remember we were making photos at the time, and I was doing, I don't know, it was something, jumping down the big stairs. I don't know what it was, but then I landed, and he was like, "Oh, can you do one more?" I'm like, "Fuck," but I already did it.
That's a big trick,
exactly. And then it was, and also what happens, like you would do one more, but then you didn't land the try of the trick. Then you didn't land the try of the photo, of the good photo.
So it doesn't feel good.
And then for him, he's like, "Oh, you have to land it at least." I'm like, "But I already landed it."
Right.
He's like, "No, but I don't want to use a photo when the trick of the photo is not landed."
That's the funny thing.
I'm like, "Fuck, why is this so hard?" Like,
bro, yeah. Photography is so much harder than filming. Like
100%.
Filming, you get the trick, it's done. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Photography is just like a whole nother thing, man. Which kind of makes it like it gives it that extra awesomeness to it. Because when you get it, the skater lands the trick, you get the shot. Yeah. Fuck, bro, it's like the stars aligned. You know what I mean?
So rewarding.
It's like
so much more rewarding than filming a random trick.
It's so rare. That's why it's so rare. Yeah. That happened to me the other day, and I was just like so freaking happy. James was doing back 270 lip slide. It was just a little skate park rail, but like I got a sick photo of it. He landed it, and now it was just like, oh my god, you have no idea the feeling. I was just like, I was staring at that photo all night.
That's
like,
so fucking
like,
cool.
oh god, yeah.
That's really
looking
nice.
at the lines and stuff.
I love how invested you are with the stuff that you're doing. That's rare to have that anywhere outside of skateboarding or sports.
It's weird, man. Like I've met a lot of filmers and photographers too, and like talk to each one, and everybody's a little bit different. Some people are just really like trying to make it profession, make money with it, do portrait photography, do sports photography and other different niches and things like that, like do their thing. And that's great, and like all for them. And the other ones are just like really niche with skateboarding, like super into like the weird art side of it. You know what I mean? And almost like their personality's like that too. So
like
it's like
purists.
Yeah, purists, exactly. So it's like very strange, but like also cool and like very mysterious,
Yeah.
Which is awesome, but it's just like a whole different thing. Like I'm kind of somewhere in the middle.
I love both of them.
I'm super friendly and accepting of almost everybody. As long as you have a friendly attitude, I don't care how good at skateboarding you are. I'll take a photo of you, and film you. Like it doesn't matter to me. Like all the kids at Kuta, like I don't even care they're doing a rock and roll. I'll shoot a sick photo of that because they're cool people, That's
and it also makes them seen. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. It's an underserved scene. Like there's so many cool people out here, and like hardly anybody is recognized anywhere else, but like right here in Kuta, in Bali. So.
Do you think there is a chance for any local here to grow out of it and try?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of really good ones.
Has that already happened?
But there's such a huge barrier. It's weird with that. With Indonesia, like it's a huge barrier between Indonesia and the West. Like there's this like this weird cut-off switch. And honestly, I think it goes way back in time to World War II when the freaking Suharno Hatta, the freaking dictator kind of guy, took over the country. He made it so that a lot of Indonesian, like he basically made it so they weren't allowed to learn English. So that whole generation of people have a huge gap of like people that don't really know how to speak English that well. It was just like a nationalism kind of a thing, focusing on like letting Indonesia be strong, and which is like like Trump maybe has that for the U.S. now, right? That kind of same idea, but it doesn't really help long term. Long term, what's way better for international trade and international like movement and things like that to happen is for everybody to know English. It's the world's spoken language, and I mean, there's just a lot of weird stuff out here.
We talked about it a little bit. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But it's a beautiful place. It's a wonderful place. People are friendly. I think they have a chance, especially with YouTube, especially with Instagram, the internet. But
and now it definitely is different because it doesn't really matter where you live as long as you're I don't know, putting good footage out on Instagram or
Yep.
wherever anybody can see it, and
Yep.
you can make yourself worth
Totally.
something for
Yeah.
a brand or for a company or for
It all
whatever.
depends on the skater.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to make yourself worth it, and you
Yeah.
have to also be friendly
Yeah.
enough and engaging enough
Yeah.
to the brand, the people in charge of the
Yeah,
brand.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
to make them want to sponsor you and all
Yeah.
that, and put
And
together
most
events.
of that stuff doesn't even involve any skating.
And yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately,
100%. It's all about networking.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
making friends, and also it's all about your habits. Like I see a lot of people go downhill because they start drinking a lot, doing
Ooh.
drugs and shit, and it fucks
Party
up their
scene
head.
in Bali, I think it can get you.
A lot of
Yeah.
drinking out here.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking. Luckily, Indonesia in general, there's not a whole lot of drug use,
you
which
drink?
is good. Yeah, more than normal these days because my friend Yako and we're always at Kuta Beach Skate Park, and there's this thing called Arak, which is like really cheap local liquor out here, and we can so easily get totally wasted, and it's like it's dangerous, man. Like when there's days where I don't drink at all, I feel so good. I wake up in the morning, no hangover, super productive, happy, excited. I wake up with a hangover, like, oh God, I need more sleep.
Is it worth
You
it
know?
for you?
What, the drinking?
Yeah.
Sometimes yes, because you have a good time, but then later on you realize, man, I would have had a great time if I wasn't drinking too.
This is something I realized long ago.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like,
And plus, the other thing too is drinking and skating is super dangerous, man. Injuries can happen
So
so easily.
dangerous.
The other day, I was drinking in Amplitude.
Yeah.
We were there. I just did a stupid ass trick. I was tired because I was probably a little bit buzzed, and the board hit my leg, and now I can't skate for a few days. And it could have been way worse, And then just that made me realize too, like, what? Why am I drinking and skating? It is such a bad idea.
Is it worth it? Is it worth it all?
Long term, definitely not. Short term,
Yeah.
yes, you get a buzz, you get excited, it's fun, it feels
But
good.
choose your moments, I would say. Because the
100%.
thing is, it's like not drinking is nice, and it will definitely not
Smoking
make
too,
it
man.
worth-
Smoking cigarettes, the worst
not
fucking
make it
habit,
worth it,
bro.
yeah.
But drinking and smoking, it goes together. Everybody does it. We all talk about it. Like, yo, I should not be smoking. But when you drink, and you're with friends that smoke, it's like there's always that like peer pressure.
It's priorities, I would say. It's priorities.
Yeah, and there's always like this battle between like having a good time versus like being productive or like being a good person, and it's just like
The way I look at it, like especially with alcohol, or actually only with alcohol, I'm not really trying to do any other drugs. It's just not for
Yeah.
me. But alcohol, it's like
yeah, like
when
weed and stuff,
when
right?
I'm having a really good night, it can be with skateboarding or without skateboarding, doesn't really matter. I'm just questioning myself, does alcohol deserves me tonight?
That's a good
Instead
question. I
of
like
the other
that.
way around? Because then I look at it as, would this night be even better with alcohol? Most of the time it's a no, and really rarely sometimes it's a yes, and then just take a cocktail.
Alcohol is good for when you don't know people to very easily break the ice. I think that's the best benefit of alcohol.
But
And sometimes
question
you-
yourself this, it can also be done without alcohol.
It can.
Yeah.
It's just like the right maybe amount of food.
It's your
makes you
own
feel
way
relaxed,
of maybe breaking the ice, I think.
It's different for everybody, that's for sure.
It's
That's for sure.
I would say it's more about breaking the ice with yourself of taking that next step to actually go to that girl you want to
True,
meet, or
bro,
that
true.
guy you want to meet.
True.
So I guess it's all with perception and with your own
It is though.
insecurities, I would say.
Absolutely.
It's like
Couldn't say it better myself. Wow. Yeah. I know. Just look inwards, bro. If you want to look outwards, first look inwards, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, re-engineer.
Yeah. But I have seen a lot of people also like practically become different people and just like very unproductive smoking weed. Like smoking weed is legal in the U.S. in a lot of states, legal in Canada, legal in a lot of countries
Legal
now.
in Amsterdam or in the Netherlands.
Yeah, in the Netherlands. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's just like it's very relaxing. Some people can perfectly operate normally on it. I mean, for me personally, it depends on how much I consume. If I consume just a little bit, I'm actually quite like happy and like outward cool. But if I consume a lot, I close off. I can't even talk. I can't even think straight.
100%, and it's just.
It ruins
But I
me.
guess depending on where you live, it's more interesting when it's not allowed.
And some people judge you on it too.
Oh, for sure. For
Like,
sure.
do you blaze? Do you smoke weed?
Yeah.
If you say yes, you're cool. If you don't, then you're kind of a weirdo. Like, can I trust
okay.
you?
Yeah,
There's that
yeah,
kind of a
yeah.
vibe too.
Oh, really?
Sometimes.
Oh, that's
it's
weird.
weird like that.
Well, I wouldn't say that's the same case in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But in the Netherlands, like, it's legal everywhere, and you can get it like with a snap of your fingers.
For
But
sure.
that's exactly why for me it's not interested anymore. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck it.
No,
And my mom worked. She's retired now, but she worked in rehabilitation. So it was
Oh,
always
cool. Yeah,
not
that's-
a tricky thing, but she would always be
Well, you're seeing
very very skeptical and very, I don't know, conscious about it.
She sees the worst part of that.
100%.
The worst, which is the overuse.
The overuse, the younger, the more interesting people are for like
just the destruction of like a perfectly capable person. It's absolute like nothingness, so sad actually, just wastefulness,
and it usually happens when things don't really align in their lives anyways.
Right.
It's rarely when everything goes really well, let's go, and then suddenly cocaine or suddenly alcohol or suddenly drink. So that's also something.
Like that's only when they should be used. But oftentimes people do it when they're sad or depressed or like, out of a job, out of work, out of a relationship.
It's very common in the skate world though.
It is though.
Using drugs. How do you look at it?
In my opinion, skaters that smoke weed and skate are are a lot less productive, and very just kind of cruising and don't really care. Like when I go film somebody and if they're high, they don't really care that I'm filming. They don't really give a shit. They're just kind of doing their own thing, floating around. But if I'm skating with somebody filming and they're sober, all right, I'm going to do this trick. I'm going to do that trick. Very focused, you know what I mean? Totally. Complete opposite. Night and day difference. It's crazy like that.
Do you know some, that's actually a rhetorical question because I know the question that I wanted to ask. Because Jacco, for instance, he told me that at the Amplitude, where we are right now, the event, he said, I had to drink something before I could skate the best trick.
It was like 12 beers or some crazy shit.
He said 9 beers. I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen him drinking.
I know, I don't think he drank that much,
But still, it's insane to think that you're depending on something to do something that you really like. So, and it's nothing personal with him or against him or whatever, but it's just the whole tendency or the whole vibe in skateboarding. And it could be in other sports too, but I'm, I think, an expert in the skateboarding industry because I'm doing it for 20 years, but it's so...
Like skateboarding is a unique thing because it's very unstructured. Like other sports are very structured. You have baseball, you have a team goes out here, a team goes there, you practice for a bit, you do your trick, whatever. Like basketball, same way, football, same thing. But skateboarding, you just, anything goes, man. And that's what's so fun about it, but also it's kind of fucking scary. Like it's weird. It's like, oh shit, who's gonna go? You're gonna go at the same time. It's like, I'm nervous because I'm gonna go and everybody's watching me. If I miss my trick, it's gonna be silence. It's so embarrassing when it's not, but like, you know what I mean? It's like that. It's
skateboarding is so fucking hard, otherwise everybody would do it.
Right? There's a lot of that weird insecurity shit that happens in skateboarding, especially when other people are watching, because it's such a difficult thing to do, And drinking, obviously, it loosens a lot of people up, so they want to go do that. Smoking, it makes people relax and forget about what's going on around them, so naturally they go towards that. But if you can overcome that stuff naturally with even being sober and you don't need all that stuff, way better because you're more on point, you're more friendly.
And the best way to find out is like talk to people that are sober right now after a while.
Sure.
It's rarely the case when they're like, fuck, I hate it being sober, but I know it's better for my body, but I want to go back to my old me. I think I've never spoken to somebody who had it like that. But
I know.
It's usually like, oh, I've done, like, why have I seen the light so late in my career or in my life? I should have done this way earlier.
Guy Mariano's a perfect example. Like, kid star, amazing at skating, disappeared, hard drugs, all this crazy shit. Turned it completely around, got off that stuff, came back. Craziest comeback I've ever seen. Dude is a fucking master at skateboarding. Sickest style ever, and he's still doing it now.
Neen Williams, same thing.
Yeah, Neen Williams. With the
he's actually marketing it.
Amazing work.
I love it.
So cool, bro.
He's like doing this show and all these crazy workouts that he does to do something I really love like this.
And the health side of it too, cooking and all that stuff, making the good food.
He's actually taking his own pan and all that stuff to the spot to cook something himself at the spot.
Barbecuing and stuff.
No, not like the little gas thing.
Oh, okay. Like frying things up.
Cool. That's amazing.
That's right. I mean, that's what I used to do when I was out camping and stuff, Like you can do it wherever you want. In the US especially. It's during the pandemic, a lot of things changed, and I think a lot of things went more towards like the self-reliance kind of lifestyle. People are like driving in vans now, like living in that stuff and like mobbing around and stuff. And, cooking on their own meals, growing their own food. Which is a good thing. If anything, you realize now, like, hey, we're not all. We took this kind of life for granted, where we could always rely on the restaurant to bring us food, rely on the grocery store to provide us with food.
Yeah, we will see what's happening with Neppy.
Yeah, Neppy's interesting. You got to go grocery shopping before, for sure. Get your shit. If you're
Neppy, for the people that don't know, Neppy is that day where the whole the whole island is just shutting down.
Yeah, they do 24 hours. That's the only place in the world they shut down the international airport for 24 hours, which is kind of crazy.
And electricity also?
No, electricity's on still.
Okay.
but they do tell everybody to turn your lights off, because the whole religious thing behind it is that the night before they're bringing out all these like big things they call ogos. They're statues. They're like crazy mean looking gods and stuff. They're awakening the gods. Blah 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 blah. Then the next day, from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., 24 hours, no lights, no nothing. They want the gods to think that we're completely dead and disappeared, and then they leave, and because they're bored, they don't want to be here anymore. All the demons and mean spirits and shit. So all the spirits leave, and then it kind of cleanses Bali. Like that's the Hindu religion, you know. And the Hindu religion is trippy out here, man. It's like Hinduism, but it's not. It's like Balinese Hinduism. It's a little bit different. And so you have all these really cool temples that kind of have this sort of Hindu-ish look to them, but they're very unique. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's different.
So it's the only place in the world that has this type of religious.
Yeah, it's Balinese religion is Balinese religion. It's a specific type of Hinduism that is unique.
So dope.
It's sick, man. It's sick. And they even have their own like special like tattoos. That when I first came out here, I got psyched on that. They got like the barong and the rangda.
Do you have them?
Yeah, I got them on my leg, and basically, like I would show the camera, but it's a little bit difficult. But
Yeah.
it's you know, the barong is like a lion bear kind of mix, and it's the male energy. It's like the yin yang thing. So
Okay,
you have the male energy and the female energy, and they're always at war with each other. The male energy is trying to keep peace. The female energy is kind of freaking out and causing the storms and shit, the craziness. You got wet season is like the female energy, the dramatic stuff, and the male energy comes through in the summer and calms things down and cools
Well, guess what? It can be the other way around as well.
It can, of course. That's what it's all about. It's yin yang, and one wouldn't be one way without the other. You know, they balance each other out.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I mean,
Damn,
coming full circle. It is lovely to be out here, and it is amazing to know you, Douwe. I'm just really
Thank you
cool
very
dude.
much.
Really cool dude.
Thank you very much.
I wish you the best of luck, and I know you're going to be back here again because I can see you love this place.
Well, 100%. And part of it is because you and Jacco and the other locals make me and my girlfriend so welcome. And it's really, really cool. And that's, I mean, you have that at many places you go travel, you make you feel welcome like that. But this is something else.
So, do you have any other cool travel plans after this, or just heading back,
no?
or?
Well, tomorrow we're going to Lombok. I think so. We haven't planned anything yet, but we have to do it tonight, and then the rest of it, I don't know. I was actually very unfortunate, but I was invited for this crazy competition in Macau in China. But then I happened to be here, so it was too far away to fly there for a weekend. Yeah. But I really considered it, but it would be such a weird break in my holiday. I think that wouldn't be
a bit stressful,
a nice way to actually break it up. So I chose to not do it, but for sure there will be other travels coming up.
Yeah, and summer's coming up pretty quick here.
Yeah.
A lot of competitions in Europe. Yeah, just chilling out here. I really hope to do more trips to the big events like Copenhagen Open and things like that. I really want to figure that kind of stuff out and cover those. I think there's something in
with
Finland
Paradise
too.
that would be
nice.
nice.
Of course, and just like do more cool stuff. Because I've been to LA a few times now with Paradise and done a bunch of interviews out there. And Los Angeles, there's stuff going on all the time, but it's expensive. So I'm trying to figure out like where I can stay out there. You know, family kind of style where I don't have to pay, which is, you know, the most ideal situation, have a guest room at a friend's house or something. Yeah. You know, I think I'm pretty close to getting a few people that would offer that, which is really cool. So, but I mean, I think mostly still focusing on Bali because it's just such a underserved and exciting kind of new thing out here. So, but still going out and doing trips and just covering people that travel. You know, that's what I'm really focusing, just travelers, nomads, expats, people that like go around and, you know, explore the world. Like that's what it's all about. You know?
So, and then the Paradise skate tours.
Yeah. That's the next thing for sure. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah,
I think you gave me that idea. Actually, I was sort of thinking about it before, but you kind of like solidified it. You're like, you know,
solidified it.
Do some tours out here, man.
I think the next day of that talk, you actually made this Instagram and made it all kind of official.
I bought the domain. Easy work, man. I already know how to set up a website. It's no problem. I do that for a living. You know, like it's fine. And like. So the idea is just like, you know, offer tours for skaters because it's already happening for surfers. No big deal. So for skaters, like, hey, come out here. We'll take you around. It happens
for surfers and it also happens for exploring the mountain.
Hiking, camping, mountain biking, almost every industry.
We did that a bunch of times. We went to the Bromo, some crazy mountains, volcano, and we went to the Aegean mountain. And it was also actually a volcano. But it's crazy. You get picked up at 1 or 2 a.m. And then they take you the whole day to all these crazy places. I'm like, why is there no such thing for skateboarding?
Should
and
be,
then
bro.
you came up with sort of the concept.
We're gonna be the first ones. We're gonna do it good too. We're gonna do it
and
right.
Bali is the perfect place for it because you can start the day with a little bit of surfing or swimming, and then you skate the whole day, and then you end up with some war-rooming experience with
you know, we'll
creating
cater it
your
to
own
each
plate of
group.
nice food.
You know, and if it's like a private thing, maybe just take them out on the motorbike if that's what they want to do. It's all good, you know. Just like whatever person. I'm gonna get that website up in a month or so, and we're gonna figure out like maybe just like customizing packages and setting ideas up. But it'll be really fun. It'll be really fun. I'm really looking forward to doing it just because I love hanging out with skaters.
This is true.
It's gonna be such a fun experience.
And it would be so sick if non-skaters would actually enter too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
easily. Yeah, that's even more so. Probably people that aren't really like super good at skating that they still want to go explore.
You can also make packages with like your own private edits after that as well.
Totally. Filming and photography included for sure. Just like surfing and scuba diving, they have photographers and filmers for you. You know.
So sick.
Yeah, easy work. It'll be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for that idea.
Yeah, no worries. It's all on you. It's all on you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Do you want to mention any of your sponsors? I know you're working with some companies, right?
Yeah. I'm working with a few companies that make me able to skate for a living, so that's really cool. So I work with seawater, and they filter seawater into drinking water, so that's really cool. I brought a few of these. They actually, what they do is they sell their installations that do that, and they're all on sun and wind energy.
Amazing.
So it's all how do you say it?
Renewable.
Like, renewable.
Yeah, sure.
And that's really nice.
Yeah.
And something that fully back. And also, I work with a company, Plankton, and they are specialized in algae. So it's like the seaweeds, algae. So I use that supplement a lot because I'm not eating any meat. So also no fish. So that means I need my omegas and algae. So I looked online to a brand that did that, and they were the first one to pop up. And
smart.
I really enjoy working with them because they're also young. It's a really young team, and they're all into being fit and healthy. And so we came up with a few ideas to work together.
Fantastic.
And also, of course, my clothing company work together. Real, they just make the best clothing for skating and for chilling. I don't know, but they don't sell here, but they do sell in Europe a lot. Okay. So that's nice. Really cool brand. I actually have my own pants coming out.
Really?
Yeah, that's
sick.
Super excited. I've worked for that for a long time, and we did a lot of meetings about what's the right fabric. This works, that doesn't. Few samples coming over, and now we finally have the right fit and the right fabric and the right. Factory to make it.
Yep.
And they actually have their own factory, so they built that in I don't even know where. So that's really cool. That's coming out this year. And then and custom decks. I actually have a few boards that are made by them, and this is the batik one. So it's fully Indonesian style. And then I have the other one that's standing right there. It has like the whole map of Indonesia on the whole board planned out.
Wow.
So that's I don't know. We just they make custom decks. So I don't know. Just the photo of your dog. You can skate it actually.
Yeah.
And it's just one piece. So that's cool.
Oh, I gotta get some of that then.
Yeah. That's really cool. So they use it a lot for gifts or for people that want to just have a a one-off pro model.
Sure.
You can do that as well. They deliver a lot of those, and these are and ethnies for shoes and all that stuff. So I'm really hyped working with them, and they offer me the skateboard as like a professional life. So the skate life as a professional life. I really enjoy that, and it's also very privileged to work with companies that you actually love, because you see sometimes collaborations where you're like, get the bag for sure. But how authentic is this?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Tony Hawk Bagel Bites is my favorite one. That commercial is just ridiculous.
I haven't seen it.
It's just old. It's from like the 2000s, and everybody was like, "Oh, Tony, you're selling out." But it's like, come on, man! Like,
who is the sellout here?
Yeah,
who is the sellout here? Like, you're going to a job you hate every day, 5 days a week. And he's doing one commercial.
Exactly, bro.
Probably gets enough to live off 10 years.
You can't hate on Tony, man. He is just the pioneer when it comes to making money with skateboarding.
People don't realize, but he actually opened up the door for many of us to be able to work with bigger companies.
100%. Totally.
it's so sick. I actually worked together with a few companies in the past, like big companies. And they're like, yeah, is Tony Hawk still the best skater there is? And that's the only one that they know.
Can't
and
say
like,
no.
no. But I'm like, well, for sure, he's the best. Whatever. Yeah, he is the best. But they actually got that whole, one of them campaigns fully based on the stuff that he did with Mercedes or with McDonald's.
Yeah.
So they actually looked into it like, it's been done by Tony Hawk, so it must be cool.
Exactly.
It's so sick.
And you can connect skateboarding, which is a very niche, very weird sport art kind of mix, to like this huge corporate sponsorship world that usually only works with big team sports. That's great.
Yeah,
it brings up skateboarding.
Yeah. It's
just keep it authentic, that's all, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I think it's just that brands want to be associated with stuff that's very hard to do, and it comes from people that are intrinsically motivated and try to do something 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 times before it works out. And it's just also the risk reward thing. You know what I mean? Because everybody wants to do the coolest, baddest shit there is, skill wise with skating, but nobody wants to get hurt. So how do you combine those two?
Right.
And that's interesting too.
It is though. That's where all the fitness and the nutrition stuff come into hand.
Also,
like,
And I think it's just a really cool combination of factors that makes brands interesting to work.
Because also the brands, they don't want to work with skaters usually that are like really like party animals and stuff.
No.
You know, they want to work with skaters that are like, you know, straightforward, stand-up people. You know, like
stand-up people. 12 o'clock is 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Or
exactly.
I'm posting 3 times. Okay, and then you do post 3 times.
Good communicators. You know, not weirdos. Not you know, leave you on red kind of stuff, or just, you know what I mean?
But a lot of skaters, not a lot of skaters, but I do know a few skaters that are super talented, but they don't want to do anything with deals or brands, or because they skate as an art, and that's their art, and they just, and that's cool too.
That's cool.
You know,
man.
that's
it's cool.
Something that's completely
nothing wrong with that. You know,
no, 100%,
it's different for everybody.
100%,
like
100%.
we're all humans, we're all different.
Yeah.
Just do what feels right for you.
Yeah.
You know?
But I have an experience with a guy that was like that. But then I took him to one of because I had a brand deal and I needed another skater as like as an extras, and he got paid really well. And then after that day, it's like, this is kind of chill actually. It's not, you don't really have to say the brand name, or you don't have to do all that stupid stuff. You just skate and you get paid really well.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you finally
so you opened up to it.
Yeah, true.
Like,
but one side note though, I think in general, a lot of skaters don't see their skating as a job, but it is a job. As soon as you get asked for a commercial, for a brand deal, or something along those lines, you have to, how do you say, you have to approach it as your job, because you work 10, 20 years to get to that level, and they need to appreciate that as well. So 50 euros for 2 hours is not enough for 50 bucks for an hour. So you have to make sure you know your worth.
100%.
And that's something
negotiations,
and that's 100%, because you're worth more than you might think. Because just because you really like what you're doing doesn't mean you shouldn't get paid that much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to probably research and ask around, like what are brands paying for collaborations, and what are sponsorships.
Ask JetGPT. It can give you a really.
There you go. There you
go,
can give
you a really good estimation of how
it
much
is amazing.
you should get paid with the amount of followers or the amount of work you've put in before.
Sure.
I even do that a lot. I'm like, not a lot, but like I use that sometimes to give kind of like an estimation of what would be. And then of course you have your own, your own little postcard. So that would also should also be worth something.
Totally.
But make sure you don't get screwed over by big brands.
Yeah.
Because they all want to have a piece of skateboarding, but they don't want to pay the skaters as much as they're used to.
The least amount of money for the most possible. That's what every business is doing. It is what it is.
And that's very unfortunate. Because if they ask like some crazy football player, it's normal for them to pay them thousands of euros or dollars.
I mean, the industry is a lot bigger. And like I was even thinking, like with board sports, I'm sure surfing is probably one of the biggest board sport industries, if not the biggest, right? And so like the sponsorship deals are bigger, the events are bigger. Like there's just so much more money overall, I think, in the surfing industry than most any other board sport industry.
This may be true, but I think you.
But then there's like running. It's probably even bigger.
Running,
you know, like
just running.
In general, like running shoes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. There's like there's some really big industries, and I think skateboarding generally is like a bit of a smaller part, but it's getting bigger, you know. But like, you know, as compared to these other sports, you know, but it's
just
really
because
cool.
it's smaller than that, it shouldn't be.
Doesn't mean you should make less. Yeah.
Yeah, it
should still be able to make plenty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think so, and especially. I mean, just my tip of advice would be: there's always a day to negotiate. There's always room to negotiate.
Totally.
Even though they let you feel like there isn't.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Be like, well, you know, that's a great deal, but in order for me to consider look further into it, I think we need to be closer to this number. That kind of thing, you know.
If you bring it like that, they were like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Then they kind of respect you a little bit more, right? And they're like, all right, I kind of like this guy because of that.
Yeah, exactly. They respect you more, and they're like, oh, that's not.
And it probably makes them want to work with you more, if anything, than just like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. And it's like, this guy like.
Or you just reference to stuff you've done in the past, even though you didn't, but like you just reference like, oh, when I did a commercial for them and them and them, or if I did something when I did something for them and them, I usually this was the fair.
It's just like a job interview. It's the same freaking thing, you know. Like they're well, we're prepared to issue this. Okay, well, you know, I was also offered this by this company. You know, can you match that or do better? You know, that kind of thing. Exactly. You know, like I had this is my work.
And approach it as they have a problem and you're here to fix it instead of you and having a problem and you want them to fix it.
I love that.
It's like the vice versa.
Then it's just a solution. You know, you're not fighting. It's you're coming to like a win-win situation. You know, solution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You want both. It's
never a one-sided thing. Never.
Yeah.
As much as it seems like it, it's not.
You guys want this, and this is what it's going to cost you to get that. And I want you to get that.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get there, you know? Let's get there. We're over here right now. Let's get there.
It's very general speaking here, but it's the point.
You can pay this, but we're going to be over there quality-wise. So let's get to your quality level, man. Come on, you know? It's like freelance work, it's the same thing. You know, design work and everything. People are always like trying to cheap out and pay less for a design, but the really good quality design, you're going to pay a lot more for. But man, you're going to be so much happier with the results.
Do you know this, because I don't know exactly what it was, but the Nike logo? That was brought up like from, I don't know, like $10 or some crazy amount.
Really?
Like in the right beginning.
I gotta look that up, that's funny.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You should look that up, but the Nike, there was some shady things about it. Not shady, but for the designer, it was very, very, very fucked up deal.
That's the thing about being a designer and being on that side of things. It's like you almost want to lock in some sort of like long-term like royalty thing, you know? Like especially working with big brands. You never know, man, when things are gonna blow up. Like a musician, you get so screwed when you sell the rights to your music to a big music company in exchange for an upfront payment. Because they can do whatever they want with it. Commercials, movies, and they get paid tons of money for that stuff. So independent music, independent publishing, independent magazines like I'm doing, independent anything is so much better. It takes more work up front, more money, but man, in the long run, you own what you're doing. And you're in control, I think, too, which is one of the most important things. What does ChatGPT say?
Look, Oh, $35 at the time.
$35.
Yeah.
The
Nike logo, known as the swoosh, was designed in 1971 by Caroline Davidson, the graphic designer student. She was paid $35 for it at the time.
Wow.
Oh my!
Caroline Davidson must be so bummed. She should have been like.
But this is good. Inspired by the wing of the Greek.
The god.
Nike symbolizing speed and victory. Years later, Nike gave her company stock
as a thank you.
Now
there
worth millions.
You go. So she did get compensated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then the story was not worth anything.
All right. She won. Yeah. That's good. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Nike would have a bad image if they didn't do that, right? And they probably know that. They're smart. Like, what's the guy that did the Nike SB? This like super smart guy. I watched a YouTube video about him one time. He was the designer of the Jordan, right? The guy who designed the Jordan, the original basketball shoe. He's the one that also came in and helped design all the Nike SB lines and stuff like that. And that's why the Jordan is still the most popular SB shoe as well.
Okay.
Right?
I didn't know that.
Or the Dunk. I mean, the Dunk. The SB Dunk is like their main thing, you know. And that was inspired by Jordan, the guy who designed those shoes, which I forget his name now, but super famous guy, designer, you know.
I don't know this, but I've seen the movie
Yeah.
recently. It was pretty good.
Again, you pay peanuts, you get the monkey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
just know, you know?
That's so
I mean,
nice.
they paid peanuts and they realized they got way more than a monkey and then they did the right thing, which is
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I don't really know the full story, but like it sounds like
But they
that's what
have to.
happened.
They had to.
And good for them for that, you know? And that's how you should treat your people, you know? Treat them well. If you have good people, treat them well. You want-
Exactly.
you want them to be happy.
Exactly. I think we should go skate now.
Speaking
'cause
of treating things well, let's treat ourselves well.
Yeah.
Let's go skate, get a session on.
Yeah.
Douwe, thanks so much for the podcast, man. You are the man. I hope you have
Thank you,
wonderful
Trevor.
travels.
Thank you
Guys,
for having me.
definitely, I'll leave description in the link in the description for his Instagram, Douwe Macaré. You know, give me links to any of your sponsors you want me to put in the description as well. I'll do that
Cool.
as well.
Oh, that's so nice.
Anything
That's
you
so
want me to
sweet.
do. And guys,
you
follow
so much.
Paradise Skate Mag on Instagram, YouTube, and see you guys out there, yeah?
Thanks.
Peace.